It should still work. There's no film in it, and my old films are useless. I need to speak with you, Robert.
Sure.
I need film for my camera. Do you know where I can get some?
Well, perhaps down in Willow Creek. But hold on, I think I may have a couple of rolls myself. They should probably still be usable.
Can you give me one?
I would be happy to, but I put them in the attic with some other old things. It is in my chest. That's the one right round the corner. You'll have no problem finding it.
Thank you. I'll go pick it up.
Sure. Take all the film you need. I have no use for it.
I spoke with Bates. Why don't you allow him into your study?
Did he tell you this? You see, I just don't want anyone to disturb me all the time. I have enough of my own problems and can do without his civility.
What's the matter?
Nothing special, I guess. I just happen to have a bit more work than usual these days.
I went to the attic to get that film, but your chest is locked. May I borrow your key?
Locked? Oh, I have entirely forgotten about that. Sorry. Here's the key.
Thank you. I'll bring it back.
You needn't hurry. I use it so infrequently.
Robert, look at this old picture. Do you know who this might be?
No, I do not know that person. Why are you asking?
I found the picture in the old wing, torn to pieces in a fireplace.
Given the fact that someone has torn up the picture, the person in it is probably not anyone important. Forget about it.
I must go now.
Right then. I'll return to my work.
Hopefully, it's going to work. I'm out of practice, but I guess the film is installed properly. All I need to do now is have the film developed. But where do I get it developed?
Yes, sir.
The gardener, what is he like?
Henry? A quiet type of person, I'd say. As long as he's sober, that is. You know what I mean.
I was unaware of his drinking.
You can bet on it, sir. When he's in the mood, he closes himself in his room and drinks until he can't lift his head. Usually he just sits there, staring at nothing and drinking. I'd say that is quite odd, isn't it?
Odd indeed. He does not seem like a drunkard to me.
Well, you can trust me, and you're bound to see for yourself anyway.
What can you tell me about this?
Let me see. A piece of hard stone with some symbols. Looks quite old. Other than that, I don't know.
Have you seen anything like this around? Inside the castle, perhaps?
No, you see, I seldom go inside. Madame Victoria doesn't like to see me there.
Can you think of anyone who may know something about this?
Well, it looks old. Maybe that bloodsucker Murray might know something. He buys and sells such stuff, you know. Sometimes he has people coming to him from great distances to look through some of that junk he's got. God knows where he gets it all from.
Thanks. I'll certainly go see him.
No problem, sir.
I will go then.
All right, sir.
There is nothing here. I could swear I had seen blood. I'd better take my medication. William used to be very fond of this place. He would often come here to make paintings and sometimes would spend whole days here. The Black Mirror Castle. Henry?
Yes?
That picture behind us, Henry. When did William paint it?
A long time ago, sir. When he still went out to the garden. Madam ordered me to leave it here, so I've been taking care of it. Sir William sure was talented. Don't you think, sir?
Yes, he was. I will leave you to your work. I don't know what we... Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Yes, all right.
It's William. I know you were his friend, and also his physician.
Yes, that applies to your whole family. So, what is it that troubles you, Gordon? You do realize that this is not the appropriate time to speak about William.
I don't believe it was an accident.
Well, it is strange indeed. Then why would he do it? And those burns?
What burns?
Numerous deeply burned areas. I have no clue as to their origin.
Go on.
No, Mr. Gordon. Come back tomorrow. I will gladly tell you everything. I really do not want to talk about this today.
All right. Then expect me tomorrow. I will certainly come back. Dr. Herman knows something important. I have to talk to him tomorrow. Have you ever seen this man?
No, I have not. He looks like someone I would remember if I had seen him.
Jeremy Gordon, William's father. Old books and scrolls. They probably fell off the pile on the chair. The map of our manor. It might come in handy. I'll take it. The statue is holding something strange in its hand. It appears to be a key of some sort, or an amulet. There's no point in skimming through these books. Not one of them can help me find out what happened. William's work table. He used to spend hours and hours at it, writing. The Chronicle of the Warm Hill Manor. The local parish has been here for a very, very long time. According to the oldest books and records, it has been here for so long that only the walls of our castle may remember its foundation. Marcus Gordon had the church built so long ago that the date has already been lost in the mists of time. Therefore, the actual age of the building can only be estimated. As in the past, there was no accurate record-keeping. Should we hold to the views of respected historians, it was around 1215 AD that the church was built. It is thought that Marcus had the church built on pagan lands where many innocent people died through the ages. There is no corresponding record to this, however. Not one mention in any books or volumes available to me at the manor or the vicarage. Therefore, from a historic standpoint, this is a mere assumption, or worse, one of the many fictitious legends circulating in these lands. One thing, however, is more certain. It was this age that also gave rise to the academy at Black Mirror. As with Warm Hill Church, it was Marcus who was responsible for the construction of such a significant building. The new academy, with its vast library, was supposed to serve as a knowledge base for all the people. It was also a safe place for depositing the chronicle of the Gordon family that Marcus ordered his wise men to protect. In this, however, fate was not kind to Marcus. The whole academy burnt to stone long after his death, around 1512 AD. Despite the vigorous effort of the people of the manor, who hurried to the disaster to fight the flames, the academy burned to the ground. When they saw there was no chance to save the building, they tried to save the records from inside. Not everyone was willing to risk their life in lethal heat for the scraps of paper that had been scribbled over. If it hadn't been for a few brave souls, however, we would have never known who Marcus Gordon was, nor some of the history of Black Mirror Manor, as most chronicles were lost to the flames. Garmoor Gordon perished in the fire at the age of 45. For his bravery, eternal memory is held. There was no one left of the Academy to care for the remaining records and old books. Consequently, the volumes that remained were passed on to the Warm Hill Parish to the safekeeping of Father Matthias. Father Matthias took meticulous care of the historical treasure until his death in 1543. To that holy man, the people of Garmoor Gordon are grateful for the preservation of the Chronicle and the old records. Since those times, the Gordon family chronicle has been handed over from one successor of Father Matthias to the next, until today. Recorded by hand of Jeremy Gordon, 1632 AD. A manually drawn map of the world from the 16th century. Literary works, Renaissance, lots of great books are among them. Maybe I'll read one of them sometime later when I'm resting. I know I should leave Victoria alone, but I must ask her about the key to William's study in the tower. One of my distant ancestors, Durgam Gordon. This canvas is at least 300 years old. Strange that time has not faded it. In the past, we used to have our own stable of full-blooded stallions. Some of them won many races. All that fame is long lost now. A souvenir of one of our champion horses. Durgam Gordon. I have nothing to look for in these drawers. It most likely contains Victoria's personal things. Victoria, I know you want to be alone, but I must ask you about something that only you can answer.
Maybe it will help to get some fresh thoughts. Memories can become so tiring. During the last few years, I have had plenty of time with my thoughts. What is it that you want to talk about, Samuel?
Victoria, why was William hiding away in his study? No one saw him go outside, and he would not let anyone in. Why all the secrecy?
I don't know, Samuel. About half a year ago, he closed himself in that damn tower and spent whole days and nights there. He never told me what he was doing. When I asked, he merely stated that he was looking for the truth and that he would not stop until he found it. It entirely absorbed him, and you know how it ended. I hope that he has found his truth.
I hoped I would not have to return to this place ever again. And even now, I'm not sure if I should have.
I did not dare hope you would come. The letters to you were all returned, and no one from the family had seen you in years. As time passed, we assumed you were dead.
I didn't open a single one of them. I wanted to forget it all. Only that morning letter. I had to open that one. Maybe I should have left it unread, like the other ones.
Your words are cold, Samuel.
If it hadn't been for William's death, I would have never returned. I returned because of William only. I don't expect you to understand it. Bates isn't looking well. He's old and very tired. He should take a rest.
I would suggest that to him myself, but I know he does not want to be alone right now. He and William were friends long before I knew him. He has worked here all his life, just like his father before him. He feels comfortable to be with us, I am sure.
That person who was with us at the funeral, who is he?
Dr. Herman, our family physician. But it would be more accurate to say our family friend.
I had never heard of him.
Well, how could you? He moved here long after you had gone away. He's a good man. He was a friend to William and has helped us a good deal. Until William began avoiding people, they were often together. Why are you interested in Heinz?
I don't know him, so I wanted to know who he is. Do you need anything, Victoria?
No, thank you, Samuel. I am all right. Maybe just... No, you needn't worry. I'll ask Bates.
That new gardener, Henry. I've heard he drinks.
He is not new here. He has been working for us for over a year now. What you have heard is true, but it does not happen very often. Except for that particular habit, he is polite and hard-working.
I'm surprised you're saying this. Does his drinking not bother you?
Well, I do, but I would have trouble finding anyone else for the job.
Replacing him with a new gardener couldn't possibly be a problem, could it?
Maybe not a few years ago, but now... You haven't been here in a long time. A lot has changed, Samuel. No one wants to work for us, not after what happened. People are superstitious. They see dark forces in everything. I'm glad that he has stayed, even if my garden looks so miserable. But why are you asking about Henry? Is it that you know something about him that I should know too?
No, not really. Morris said Henry acts strangely from time to time.
Morris? That hardly surprises me. He is strange himself. If I had someone to take over his job, he wouldn't be here now. That reminds me. I ordered him to board up the old well, so there is no possibility of an accident there. Samuel, would you please see to it that he does it today?
Of course. Look at this stone fragment. Does it mean anything to you?
No, I wouldn't say so. But yes, I have seen something similar on William's desk. He was very careful with that thing. Only I don't know what the big deal was. He never spoke about it.
I spoke with Robert about the old wing. He said its walls were the only remnants of the original castle.
That is true. It is all that survived the burn.
I do not recall anyone that had conquered the castle in the past.
No one conquered it, at least not in the true sense of the word. The castle was half destroyed in a conflict between the first Gordons. Marcus knew he could not rise against his brother's people directly. Therefore, he decided to take him by surprise in the secret chapel deep under the castle. Mordred realized this too late, and the consequences were terrible. But those are merely old legends. Just old stories.
That secret chapel you have spoken of, it must be somewhere beneath us.
Nobody has ever found a trace of the entrance, let alone the whole chapel, Samuel. It's merely an old legend from the Chronicle.
What happened to Marcus after Mordred died?
He became the lord of the manor and died a long time later, a tired old man. As a tribute to his leadership, they buried him in a secret crypt. Today no one knows where his body rests.
Do any further records of his life still exist?
None that I know of.
Can you have a look at this picture? Do you know who this man is?
I've seen that face before. Yes, but not exactly this one.
What do you mean?
He was much younger than this picture, but it was the same person.
So, who is it?
William once brought an orphan here and offered him food and shelter for a couple of days. He lived for a time outside by the stable, a humble, quiet boy.
Do you know what his name was?
It was a very long time ago. I cannot remember. He stayed with us for quite some time, but then he completely changed. It was as if he had gone mad. We could not let him stay here after that. They took him to Ashbury.
What happened to him then?
I really do not know. As I said, it was a very long time ago. Robert might remember. It was he who accepted that boy as a patient.
Victoria, I need the key to William's study. I know that you insist that no one go in there, but...
No one is allowed to set foot in there. Why are you talking about that place to me, Samuel? Why are you making me think of it?
I just wanted...
Go away. I need to be alone now.
Of course.
Do you need anything, sir?
I would like to ask you about something.
Certainly, sir.
I found this at that place you took me to.
You mean where Sir William?
Yes. I'm quite sure it can shed some light on what has happened.
I am not as optimistic as you are, sir. Maybe you should hand the object over to Detective Collier.
Bates, this thing may help us discover something new.
I know one thing, sir. Sir William is dead, and no one can do anything to change that.
You don't happen to believe that it was a suicide or an accident, do you? I have known William too long to believe that.
Well, I have already offered my opinion on the matter. Can I go now, sir?
You surprise me, Bates.
I'm sorry, sir. Talk to Henry. He was working on the flower beds that evening. He might know more than I do.
It seems to me that Bates knows something he doesn't want to talk about. But why would he do that? No, I'm not too sure. Bates, I said something inappropriate to Victoria. Do you think she will accept my apology?
Certainly, sir. Madam has a good heart. But if I may advise you, sir, offer your apology as soon as possible.
I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.